Peace and love, nobility. Welcome. We are here today with the man himself, Noble Nye. If you don't know him, now you know. Welcome, Noble. How are you?
I'm good. Peace and love. Peace and love.
Thank you for sitting here chatting with me today. Appreciate it. Much gratitude.
Oh, yeah.
How did you start to get involved with music? What type of genres did you listen to? What just inspired you?
Well, I got into music when I was young. It was on the radio. I'll be listening to it before I go to sleep or while I'm asleep. I'll be listening to songs and all of that. So it started like from the beginning. My mom, my aunts and all of them used to have parties. So I'd be at the parties dancing everywhere. So that was a big part of it. My brother too, my older brother, he put me on to a lot of music. He put me on. So it started that way, but I also used to play drums too. And that also was just one day pastor threw me up to go play the drums.
So you
at
played
church.
At church.
Yeah,
Okay,
church.
okay.
Threw me up there, and then I just went on from there. No lessons, no nothing. It just was natural. But that's pretty much where it started out from. All of those things in a mixture.
So what are some of the genres of music that you like to listen to? You find yourself listening to?
I listen to some of everything. Sometimes I listen to stuff and don't even know what it's called. But it's music is there. So, I have no preference. But if it's something that like spark or something that I hear, it could be something I hear in a song or anything like that. So it attract me to the music. So I don't necessarily focus on because of where it's coming from. Another one was my bros growing up. We had us a little crew, and we used to, freestyle all the time. When it was a new album or something coming out, we was all getting it, chilling and cooling out, listening to it. Then we'd get into our own sessions. I used to beatbox. My boy Fat Boy used to beatbox. We used to get the beats for the ciphers or whatever. So it was a couple of us. And we was pretty nice. We was called Loyal Fam.
Okay.
Loyal Fam, pretty dope. But they played a huge role in the music too, because that's when you kind of flex your skills, and they was fire, so you had to be on point. You had to be on point. So that was huge too though in the music, because everybody had different styles and how they approach stuff, so you kind of learn from everybody. But
y'all sharpened each other's swords.
Pretty much. Real McCoys. Real McCoys.
What's the real McCoys?
My bro P, King Persona. Huge. Huge. As far as the music, as far as the huge. Real McCoy, serious.
All right,
serious.
So who would you say some of the artists are that you would listen to growing up?
It's a lot. It's a lot. Because I had a duffel bag full of CDs that I still have, and it's like I listen to some of everything, but like early on when I first got into it, it was like bro had put me on to like EPMD, put me on to like X Clan, K Solo, Redman, Mobb Deep. He gave me a little whiff of Mobb Deep, gave me the tape, and after that it was over. It was over. Then it was Capone and Noriega, Nature, Nas, a lot of Queens artists. I was heavy on Queens artists, but it was that flow, that rawness, So a whole bunch more, because as time went on, it's more artists that came on. That was early on. Then you get into like Biggie, Jay-Z, and all of those, you know what I'm saying? So, long list. But early on, that's who I was vibing to at that time.
Right, different artists. There's so many people out here. It's like, it's hard to say who you listen to.
Right, the Woo.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? The Woo.
Gotta give it up for the woo.
Yeah.
If there was one song that you would have to listen to on repeat, what would that song be and why?
Um, that song would be that Quiet Storm and Mobb Deep. I heard that song, before it was Quiet Storm. You know what I mean?
Before it was Quiet
Before
Storm?
it was called Quiet Storm, it was called White Lines.
Wow.
But it was on, my bro had got me a CD player, some Sony headphones, and had got me this DJ Clue CD. I still got it. But, he gave me that CD, and that White Lines was on it. And then later on, as it came on, it was the Quiet Storm, and everybody know what that Quiet Storm did. So
yeah, that's one of them club bangers.
Yeah, that's a
Because
serious.
I love Quiet Storm myself.
Yeah, 'cause that's one track that I probably, I know some verses here and there, a different artist, but that's one verse I learned the verse. You know what I'm saying? Just by hearing it so much.
So
Prodigy.
Why would that be your track that you would have on repeat?
It's a track from like beginning to end. Plus when I heard it initially, and then you could tell it was like, they did some mixing, some mastering with it, and got it right. Cause when it came back out, it was serious. You know what I mean? But it's the track, it's the beat itself. Have it. It's the beat itself, and then like Prodigy went in. He went in from top to bottom. You know what I mean? I felt like he was just letting people know. You know what I'm saying?
Who he was.
Right.
It was like, I'm here.
Right.
Putting him on the map.
Right. As far as them coming out at that time, because they was raw with their albums. You already know, like before them, but that track right there and the video.
So, what is it that sparks the creation of your music? Where does your music come from, the inspiration for you?
It comes from everywhere. You know what I'm saying? More so from me, like inside, but it comes from everything, like experiences, things you see, things that you might want to enlighten people about, stuff like that, and you have your way to create, creatively get that across. So your purpose be your purpose in it. So that's pretty much what sparked it for me. It's not even nothing I gotta focus on. It's just when I'm going to music, it's to music. You know what I mean? So it's there. It's not nothing I gotta reach for.
Because I do notice from the tracks that I do hear from you, you mentioned enlightenment. It has a sense of positivity, a higher vibration. I mean, because I'm a type person, like I said, I listen to all music. So I realize that some of the music that we do listen to today doesn't have so much of that, positive vibration, like it should have. But a lot of the beats catch us. So we still rocking to it, or that's all that we really have to listen to.
Right.
So in listening to the tracks that I have heard from you, that's what I do appreciate and have noticed is the positivity that you do bring to it, but you still bring that rawness of what's really happening, what's really going on today.
Right.
So one thing that I have heard you mention is Bloodline first often. Can you please elaborate a little on what you mean when you keep saying Bloodline first?
Yeah. Yeah, the Bloodline first, that stems from, my bloodline, nationality. That was, a journey in itself, but that's where it comes from. It's kind of, making people aware and giving them some type of idea of what it is, or if it sparks something within them, they could, kind of do their own research. But it's basically your bloodline first, and I feel like you have to handle your own. You got to handle yours first before you could try to have other things you know what I mean, getting in the way or, you know, affecting
Mm-hmm.
what you need to have more close knit with like your tribe, your people, you know. So that's what it is, but it's giving people a little like light bulb almost, you know, to something that they may not be, you know, accustomed to, but, you know, kind of open their mind and be able to hear something different. And then if it's anything that sparkle, you know, they can go ahead and research on their own.
I feel you. I feel you. Definitely, because hearing a lot of the things that you speak about ancient tribes, about Kemet, I, for myself, I like to read. I like to research. So I know a lot of where our people bloodlines stem from, further than slavery, further than Africa, you know, not discounting Africa or things of that nature, you know, don't get me wrong, but just knowing that it is things that's further back in time, that's more ancient, that we are connected to
That's why, you
today.
know, sometimes or a lot of the times you might hear like more or
Mm-hmm.
something in my music, which is a nationality, which is part, you know, of a bloodline,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but I mention that it's a more of a descriptive term. You know, I don't be wanting, you know, anybody to get that twisted, but it is connected to a bloodline.
Yes,
So I put it out there, but, you know, we're more than that. We're
exactly.
not just, you know, more. So I don't want people to get caught up into, you know, the negative that gets put with that title. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why, you know, when I say, you know, changing the narrative and stuff like that, that's what it is. It's like way deeper than what you can get from the word more.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Mm.
So, but that's if, you know, you feel like you want to go down that road, but, you know, just be wanting to make that clear because it gets twisted
Right,
sometimes
right,
when it's not really about none of that. It's just the upliftment, you know, things that people may not know.
right. Uplifting of a consciousness,
Right.
uplifting of a spiritual self, a
Mm-hmm.
higher self.
Exactly.
Because, like you're saying, I do agree that stems further beyond more. We are more, as people say, in a political sense,
Right.
because it brings you into the feudal political standing of, you know, governments and countries and a nationality, a human family, you know, to have certain rights to stand upon that you already have from the divine creator,
Mm-hmm.
universal law, which is above feudal. So, like you said, it brings you back to the sense of knowing self, to know that you were more than a more
Right.
before you came here and after you leave here.
Right.
It's more than just that. It's a spiritual sense of uplifting humanity.
Right.
I get that. I dig that. I dig that, Noble. All
I
right. Okay.
appreciate it.
Okay. All right. Can you let the people know a little more about your upcoming project and where the inspiration from it came?
Um, the upcoming project, it came from a long journey. You know, I've been at it for some time. I produced all the beats, so I had to learn some things, you know, doing all of that. So it took some time ordinarily than if you had, you know, somebody producing them for you, then you just be going in the booth or something like that. But I was doing
Okay.
all of that too. So you gotta have your sound right, then your beats, you know, gotta sound right, you know. Shout out Ian too, Ian Fate
Okay.
at Wicked Square Studios, cause he showed me a lot. He showed me a lot, and he's a beast
I
at what
see.
he do. He nice, you know what I'm saying?
Because that definitely got to take some work.
Yeah,
Producing your own beats
right,
and writing, doing everything yourself.
right.
That
right,
definitely
and
got to take some
everything,
energy.
right, and
So
trying to,
salute to you for that.
right. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. But it's been a process, you know, when you know you got day-to-day things too, you know, you have your loved ones and all of that too. So balancing all that out, you know, and
So what made you chose this? What made you choose this project? Where did it come from?
like the inspiration came from, you know, being able to, like I mentioned earlier, you know, show my people another side of things to kind of open their mind, you know, have some, you know, some good music, some great music to listen to, you know, to vibe to. You know, it's
Mm-hmm.
not, you know, anything negative, you know, about the music. So it's something to uplift. You know, it's something to uplift, and the inspiration come from that, to be able to have people to have something that they can listen to. It's a lot of music out here, some of it negative. Like, you know, I don't judge, you know, nobody's, you know, art or nothing like that, not to that extent, but it's needed. You know, it's needed,
Yes.
and it is a lot of positive artists out here. I'm not trying to say, you know, like I'm the first one out of the gate or nothing like that. It ain't nothing like that, but that's what I'm choosing to do, you know, with my talents, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and put purpose behind the music, you know, other than, you know, other things that won't really, you know, get you that far. You know, so that's pretty much what it is. The inspiration is collective. You know, it's collective. I know my peoples, you know, people who I talk to, you know, my consort too, you know what I'm saying? She inspired me, definitely inspired me, you know, so that played a huge role for me to be able to do what I'm doing. And, you know, my children, you know, because I didn't really know how they was going to take it, how they was going to take the music, but they was vibing, you know. I know they not the fake type, so they ain't
Okay.
going to tell me nothing.
Oh, so your children
No,
feeling
yeah, they was vibing, you know, they was vibing, you know, giving me my props or whatever. So,
it. They'll let you know if it wasn't it wasn't good.
right, they'll tell me. They definitely tell me. But it comes from all of that. But that's what the goal is and the purpose is with the music is to do that. You know, it's more so like we have a lot of different genres, a lot of different music out here. Something that's particularly going towards like your bloodline specifically. Like it's some music out there. It's definitely some music out there. You know what I mean? But for me, it was more so I want to make sure that we do it in a manner to where it can continue to be done. It could be versatile. You know, it's something you can vibe to. It's not to where somebody's trying to teach you something every second. You know, it's not about that. I still want it to be enjoyment,
Have a good
a good
time.
time while
Like
you
our
listening.
people do. That's what we
Right.
do.
So for those who you know what the, you know, the bloodline is about, it's for everybody, but for those who know, you know, about it, and that's the purpose of doing it, you know. But for those who know,
And that kind of you lead into my next question I was going to ask you.
hmm,
The last question I have for you is, what audience would you say that your music is geared towards?
um, the audience is geared for. It's for anybody. It's for anybody. It's like humanity is not set in one group, you know, to the side. It's for
Hmm.
everybody
Hmm.
because you kind of, you know, if you find your place, you know, because you know somebody, I'm stating, you know, that I found my place, you know, so it might spark anybody to find their place, like their true
Yes.
place.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's for everybody. For those, you know, them hip hop, you know, hip hop heads. It's for everybody. For Moors who looking for some music, because like I said, it's some of the content, some of the things is maybe unfamiliar to some, but that's the point. You know, that's the point.
To spark you to think
To
about
spark you to
something
think
new.
about it and see what it means. You know what I mean? So it's not just music you hear and that's the end of it. The vibe over. You know, the vibe can continue. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much what it is.
All right. Well, That's all I really have for you today, but is there anything else you would want the people to know about Noble Nye before I get ready to let you go about your business?
I would just say, for my peoples, all of my peoples, they should know who they is. For those who ever did music with me, shout out to Donnie Quest too. Donnie Quest too. Yeah, but for them, my loved ones and those who stay in tune, who encourage me, to keep doing the music when you think nobody really paying attention. Some are paying attention and give genuine love, show genuine love. So for them, shout outs to all of them, definitely my boy Fats, gross revenue, Grand Capital, who else? Hannibal Heck, Be Easy, they know who they is, but everybody, like I said, those who know, they know, and I appreciate the love. I'm gonna keep doing it, It's definitely work. I see the work side. Before I didn't see the work side. You know what I mean? I ain't see what these producers and these, be putting into this music, but I see it. I see it now. I appreciate it now. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Shout out to my moms too. She been peeping out the music too. She told me.
Shout out to moms.
Shout out to moms. My bro Q. My bro Q. That's always. But yeah, it's pretty much it.
Well, how can people tune in or stay updated with Noble Nye? How can they tune in, get your upcoming projects, link with you?
Now just messing around. Now, but the project will be out on Bandcamp August 22nd.
Okay.
August 22nd, it'll be coming out. You can get it on there. You can catch me on Facebook, Nye Noble. Catch me on Facebook. And my link tree is on there because I have. So you can catch Linktree and get them all.
Instagram,
Nye Noble
YouTube.
911 on Instagram. So, but yeah, check the the Facebook. That's one place. Instagram, another place, and then like 5,000 other places. And that's that. Get at me. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the feedback. And that's what it is. More to come. Hope y'all enjoy. Y'all will enjoy the project. Y'all will. Even if y'all hiding, you enjoy the project. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Noble Nye. We appreciate you. Peace and love to you all. Thank y'all for tuning in. And stay tuned to more.